You haven't spoken publicly yet?
No, I haven't. And I think I am going to be calling Aaron today. I am going to be calling Aaron today to apologize.
Oh, this is a serious thing.
A little bit.
What happened?
A little bit. Well, to give you context for the people who do not know, there was an episode of Good Influences that happened recently, and it was one of the days where I was gone. I was in South Korea, and they had an open spot for me. I couldn't be there, so they decided to book a guest.
I want to insert something that you went to South Korea for FOMO of Coachella, ultimately ending up with other FOMO of someone guesting on your podcast.
Right. And even Vampire Weekend performed at Coachella last minute too, so that was another thing.
Double
where I was
FOMO.
like, damn. They decide to get a guest, Carly and Aaron. I should be leading with Carly too on like spearheading, reaching out to people, and they're reaching out to Breaking Bad people. They're reaching out to all different types of celebrities, and they decide to reach out to Rick Glassman. Rick Glassman is a pretty popular comedian, actor, and podcast host, and I'm a huge fan.
Are you that big of a fan?
I listen to Rick Glassman every day. I was listening to him on the way here.
So you're a huge fan?
Big time, Joe. Big time. So they book Rick Glassman and surprise Mike with Rick Glassman. And Mike also is a fan of Rick Glassman.
You introduced Mike.
I introduced Mike to Rick Glassman, but I will say Mike is a fan of Rick Glassman. And I don't want to say that, oh, I'm more important because I like him more. Like, I don't want to be like this OG hipster where like I was listening to them before they were listening to them kind of a thing. But I will say I'm a bigger fan than Mike. I listen to his podcast religiously. Mike occasionally listens to it. So they surprise Mike with Rick Glassman.
First guest, really, on the pod.
First guest that is out of the
realm.
Internet creator realm. Every time we've had a guest, it's been like Fibula, Lauren DIY, Ben Kahn. And they record this right now. But I don't know that they have booked Rick Glassman the entire time I'm in South Korea.
Mike didn't even know.
Mike didn't know. They blindfolded him and surprised him on the spot. The episode is out.
He thought I was showing up.
Right.
I thought I was showing up.
Oh, he did?
I don't know.
And so then I come back the next day and we record an episode. And they go, do you want to know who we had on for your replacement?
Is this in person?
This is in person while we're recording. And I feel like this episode is going to come out next week of my reaction to it. And they said, he's a comedian. He's a board certified physician. And boy, are his arms tired. And I am like, Rick Glassman?
You're watching this.
I'm watching this like in the moment while we're recording and being told this, Joe. And I am in shock. I can't believe it. I don't believe it at first. I think they're pulling my leg that it's a joke. And they then pull out the picture, a selfie of Rick Glassman, like in the studio, in my spot, selfie with the whole group. I'm crushed. I can't believe it. I felt like it was like a Tangent Universe moment. It was like full Donnie Darko where normal reality does not exist. And now this is happening. It felt like...
Are you hamming this up?
What?
Are you hamming this up?
I'm now acting much cooler and less angrier than how I was initially because there's a whole clip right now that is being really misconstrued and taken the wrong way. And it was when I was doing the high episode on Unfiltered. And I felt like I needed to voice this off my chest saying how angry I was that Carly and Aaron booked Rick Glassman without me knowing and that I was a bigger fan than Mike, and I just couldn't believe that they would do that. And here's the thing, Aaron, and when I phrased this on Unfiltered, I was saying, Aaron thought it would be funny. Aaron reached out to them. Aaron did this. Guys, that is completely wrong. Aaron did not reach out to him. Carly DM'd him. And also, they did not know how big of a fan I was, okay? And that's on me. I need to vocalize more of who I'm big fans of, okay? They didn't do it maliciously at all. I think I was more was just angry and I was high because it was our high episode and I was in the right state of mind. And people took this clip, ran with it, and think that Carly and Aaron did that to be mean to me. And guys, that is not true. That is not true. Don't come at them ever about that. That's nothing. And it was not good of me to have voiced that on that channel and for me to get that off my chest. I just want to be clear about that.
You
okay?
vocalized that all very well. I thought this whole thing was a joke.
What was a joke?
That you were upset.
I mean, I was upset. I still am. I'm upset that I wasn't able to be there with my favorite comedian talking with my best friends. It felt like this sounds weird, but it's like the best way I can describe it, that like your three best friends got to have sex with the person that you want to have sex with and you weren't invited to the orgy.
And that's how you view Rick Glassman?
You felt like, I'm not saying sexually, but it's like you're telling me this awesome moment got to happen and I didn't get to be there for it.
Totally.
And I think what was even crazier is like I was listening to Rick Glassman right when I pulled up, walked into the studio, sat down, and being told that Rick Glassman was just there and had recorded with my friends.
Most of that is all a timing thing, though, because they happened to obviously need a guest when you weren't there, and then he happened to respond. It wasn't malicious, obviously. But now, isn't the door open for him to come on Hoot and a Half?
Yeah. Yes. But I'm still in a state where I'm like I feel so embarrassed by all of this drama and embarrassed by my anger, and I don't even know if like Rick Glassman knows about it.
Any of this is happening.
And I feel, or even if I have a feeling like he does, and I feel so like crushed that this has just become a thing about it. And yes, that means I can get him on Hoot and a Half. I still feel like I need some buffer time for me to like really get over it. But it really is not anyone's fault at all. And no one did that like to hurt my feelings. And I just want to make that clear. I'm not angry at Carly or Aaron or Mike that it happened. I'm more frustrated with the universe that it happened.
Yeah, it was something completely out of their control.
Yeah. But I feel bad because I feel like people were coming up with this whole like theory that they just did it. That Carly and Aaron were being mean girls, and that wasn't the case at all. And the way I worded it on Unfiltered was very terribly.
So,
and they didn't deserve for me to say that.
So us as fans, can we still expect the Matt King, Carly and Aaron Met Gala video of reviewing the outfits?
They already recorded without me.
They did it without you, of course.
They did it without me. They did it with Mike.
Of course.
Well, I don't know.
Carly and Aaron.
There was like, I think just a bit of tension, and that's why I feel like I got to hop on a phone call and talk to Aaron and really clear the air about what all went down.
That's a good friend.
Of course. I just feel like I was still trying to get over it as well, because like, I don't know. I was flabbergasted. And still to this day, I cannot believe
the odds of him responding.
Yeah.
While you're the replacement.
Him out of all people that was the replacement was still very shocking. Very shocking to me. But I have to get over it. And once again, it was not Carly and Aaron's fault or their intention to book that guest. Because they did not know. They did not know. And I just want to be so clear about that. Please.